are the Advocacy Fellows, heroes voicing for and empowering young adults with learning disability. Hello there and welcome once again to the latest edition of the Advocacy Fellows podcast. Now, if you're at home, we are heroes voicing and empowering young adults with learning disability.
This week, we wanted to talk about the future. It's scary for people with learning disabilities to think about moving out of home. But it's something that we all come across.
I agree with that, Angie. Make sure you like and subscribe and search out Advocacy Fellows again. There are lots of feelings that a person with learning disability may experience, so we want to share our thoughts and feelings today.
MenCap has worked with the Voices Council, which is a group of young people with learning disabilities who share their views and experience to build MenCap's strategies and campaigns. They have a current campaign that addresses housing for people with learning disabilities, which we share with you.
That's really brilliant, Angie. So, first question is, what should happen? What should happen to the people at home is, people with a learning disability have a right to live in a community with everyone else and make choices about the way they live. They should be able to choose where they live and who they live with. They should get support to make this choice if they need it, and they can get support from a social worker, a support worker, or someone they trust.
What's happening now? People with learning disability are not always being given a choice. It can be hard for people to find somewhere good to live, where they can get the right support. There is not enough safe and suitable housing available. Money and support can cost a lot of money. Many people with a learning disability do not get to choose where they live. Some people live in hospitals or places far away from the people they know.
I like a bit where you came up with that, but we want government. What MenCap wants to happen? So we want people with a learning disability to have real choice about where they live and who they live with. And we want people with a learning disability to feel happy and safe where they live. Just on the page, as you can see, we want governments to meet their promise to reduce their numbers of people with a learning disability, and autistic people like us in inpatient mental health hospitals by 50% half. We want more people safe and suitable housing to be provided in the community for people with a learning disability. Once again, we want people with a learning disability to have happy and healthy lives. This means that they should be able to get the right support to make important decisions about their lives. And we want safe and suitable housing and support to be properly funded by the government. I am Jack Thomas once again. Nice to have you with us at home. Instead of living with my mum and dad, I would like to live with my friends in the future. Reason why I live with my friends because they make me laugh and be nice to me.
Hi, my name is Melissa. I live at home.
My name is Jamie, and I like to live on my own, independent, with both like boys and girls, because it'd be more suited for me.
Oh, okay. So, as from the 1st of September, I moved out to a beautiful little place called Goonhaven. It was quite petrifying to start with, but as I got better at it, I done loads more than possibly imagined. It was just loads of friends and it's really a community spirit that we wanted to bring forward from where I live. As I said earlier, I felt petrified to start with, but as long as you find out who your neighbours are going to be, and if one of your neighbours is a friend of yours, then that makes it even better. First day I remember bawling my eyes out and just like I wasn't so sure what to do on the first day. But then day by day it got better, and then better and better and better, and it continued to become more better as the days, weeks, months go on. I've been in my new home for 6 months now, I believe. And the experience that you'll get with this is just incredible. Honestly, it's incredible. Nope, I've actually got my own house, which is incredible, but they're like attached houses. So they're like one neighbour to the next, to the next, to the next. And there's like several houses. I had a lot of help from my parents, thank God. And the support workers there are just such a brilliant team. I mean, I have a team of several beautiful women who really helped me out with everything and anything that is possible, impossible, maybe slightly impossible, maybe slightly possible. But yeah, that's a little bit more about my new home, and yeah. Does anybody have any questions?
So this is the question for Angie. Why are you feeling so petrified?
It was just to generally start with at the moment. But as the days got better, I didn't feel so scared anymore. I always thought that, hey, living on my own could be cool, but there are a few things that I do miss, like my family, pets, just generally being with them and just doing what needs doing, on that day. The amount of space I get to do whatever I want. Ooh, that's a very good question. My advice to anyone who may be moving out would be, don't be afraid, you can do it. It may not be easy, but look, if someone you know has already moved out, you can do it too. Because even if they're your next door neighbour in the future, you'll never know. But there are times where you would feel petrified. There are times where you feel like, oh, okay, so reality is really sticking in now. I'm in my new home now. It takes time and patience to be able to move your stuff in at first. But as soon as you get your stuff in, you can make your house your own. If you wanted to. You could even zhuzh it up with a bit of colour. You could even put little cute wall sticker thingies on. You can even create your own mood set like I have. I think it's best if I go wild but creative and calm. So that's the sort of asset I put to myself. I was like, look, I want a nice comfy feeling, but then I want to make sure it's a little bit wild at the same time. Because, well, for one thing, I'm crazy as it already is. And secondly, I could be as calm as a gentle ocean wave any day. So, yeah.
Would you like living with your boyfriend?
How can you tell I've got one to start with?
I don't know, just...
Maybe someday, but like not as of yet. Yeah. How to clean a bathroom? Because I've never cleaned bathroom before. And yeah, it's just honestly one of the best things that could ever happen, like moving out and get your own space. You get to do things in your own time. You get to find some new skills. You can, I don't know, do what you want.
Have you decided what colour your room is yet? Have you decided any colours?
Ooh. So downstairs I've got sort of blues, greens sort of vibe. And then like in my kitchen I've got like mostly whites, but like a pop of red. And then like in the guest room I'm going blue and white. And then in my bedroom I've got a dusky pink, which is really nice. And I've got like tropical bed sets. So that's my colour palette. My house.
And just quickly, one question that I would like to ask you is, when you had the opportunity to move into your own house, for those of us that haven't yet, for instance, moved into their own place, but they're looking to, what was your experience with looking at your new home? So did you go and visit lots of different houses before you moved into this one? Did you have lots of support in deciding what you thought would be right for moving into this house? Could you tell me a little bit about your experience and what you kind of decided was best for you and the support that you had around you to help you make that decision that this is the house that you wanted to live in?
That is a very, very good question. To be honest, the help I got was like up there, and I felt stupidly nervous at times, but when you look for our company, may I suggest Greenlight? It's a very good company with people with disabilities, particularly autism or any other disabilities like that. So their team of people are like absolutely brilliant. I think, Jamie, you would fit in quite well with this. I honestly do think you'd fit in quite well. Because we need another full house, I guess. Because there is one empty at the moment, but I'm not quite sure who's going to move into there. But I think you or your brother would quite suit this community spirit quite well.
I never thought that.
Because also, like, get to go out, you get to see what's going on in the world, you get to just do what you want to do with who you would, whichever staff member is there to help you out with those things. You see?
Now, for your viewers at home would like to know, did you put any wallpaper around your room of the flat or house?
No, I didn't actually, but I quite liked it like that. I recently worked on some art, so I might put that up in my kitchen. Basically the answer is no.
Well, for viewers at home would say, what an interesting podcast we had today. There are certainly many different views on how we feel about the future. Thanks for your questions there. A huge thank you to all the Advocacy Fellows, including Nick, our recorder, for sharing their thoughts and feelings.
A big thank you to Nick at KMF Radio. As always, he has been amazing at helping us produce our podcast. Lastly, a big thank you to everyone at home for listening to our podcast. Until next time, good